Okay, so we're factoring today, but there's going to be a number in front. The A value, which we've had as 1 all last week, the A value now is actually a number. So we're going to, since we first learned the box method, we're going to do the box method again for this. There's so many other methods too. And when I was in high school, they didn't give us any fun methods. They just made us draw 2 blank parentheses and said, just try and guess numbers that multiply and add. So it was a lot harder, and there was no creativity in math teachers. So, reminder, our format is ax squared plus bx plus c. That is what we're doing. And what happens is now that I have an a, I now have to consider that. So here's what happens. When factoring quadratics where a is greater than 1, we must find 2 numbers that add to, ready, b and multiply to a times c. So that's why it's really important that you know what's a, what's b, what's c into this lesson. Really important, in fact. So here we go. With this box method, I'm still going to be putting numbers in the box that I'm given in my equation. But I need to first calculate, what am I multiplying to? A times C. 5 times 6. So A, B, C. I am trying to find 2 numbers that multiply to make 5 times 6, 30, and add to B, negative 13. And I'm going to use the box down here. Okay, obviously my 5n squared is going to go in the upper left like it normally does. My 6 is going to go here. But now is the task. I need to make negative 13n. They need to multiply to make a positive 30, but add up to negative 13. What 2 numbers can you think of that multiply? Go ahead. 10 and 3. What about the signs? Positive 10, positive 3, negative what? What would that be? Both negative. And it doesn't matter which, you put the 10 here, the 3 there, the 3 there, and the 10 there. It doesn't matter. I'll just do negative 10n. You said both negative, right? Negative 3n. Okay. So now, let's just do these. All right. So I have to look at each column and row and figure out what is the common factor. So like the common factor of 5n squared and negative 10n. What number is a GCF? 5. Is there a variable that's a GCF? Like, do they both have an n? Yeah, they do. Okay. Now let's go to this. Negative 3 and 6. So what do I do? What's the common factor of a 3 and a 6? So right now I'm not going to worry about the negative sign yet. I worry about the negatives at the end. 3 is common. Okay, so I finished this parentheses, but I'm not sure whether it's a positive 3 or negative 3 yet. All right, now let's do this. A 5n squared and a negative 3n. What's a GCF? You just helped me. Someone else. A 5n squared and a negative 3n. Do they have any numbers in common? Are 5 and 3 in common? Okay, how about n squared and n? Do they have a number, a variable in common? N. Thank you. So you're basically covering it up. I have like these Post-its to cover it up, but you would just kind of visually. All right, a negative 10n and a 6. What's a number that goes into both? A small number that goes into both of those? 2. So here's my parentheses, but I'm not sure of the signage. Ready? N and 2, 5n and 3. I need to make a negative 13. You said that they were both negative 10 and negative. Now remember when we actually FOIL, this is the inside, that makes the 10n. And this is the outside, this makes the 3n. Yeah? Well, if I need to make negative 13, the 10 should be what? Positive or negative? Should the 10 be positive or negative? Negative. Which means the 5 and the 2n, I better put a negative sign in front of this too, because negative 2 times 5n makes negative 10. How about the 3? What does the 3 have to be? What'd you say? Also negative, which means I better put a negative in front of that. Now I'm done. N minus 2, 5n minus 3, and you're done. All right, let's do number 2. I need them, remember A, B is like a 1, and C. Multiply to negative 30, 3 times negative 10, right? 3 times negative 10, negative 30. Add to 1. What numbers multiply? And so you sit and you go 30. 30 is 10 times 3, 5 times 6, 15 times 2, right? Which of those is going to make a 1 when I add or subtract? 5 and 6. So it's going to be 5 and 6. Okay. Now I'm not sure. Oh, if I wanted to add to a positive 1, look at, is it negative 5 plus 6 or is it 5 plus negative 6? Negative 5 plus 6. So I'm going to put negative 5x and 6x. Obviously, my front leader, 3x squared, goes there, and negative 10 goes there. That's the pattern. It's always like that. All right. I would either do this with my finger or whatever. Where did I start? Like this? All right. What's a common factor of a 3x squared and a negative 5x? Is it? Yeah, there's no number. The only thing in common is an x. What's in common with a 6x and a 10? A 2. I don't know the signage yet. I'm going to do the signs after. Okay. Now, this one, 3x squared and 6x. 3 and an x, right? Last. Oh, those are both negative? That's kind of a giveaway, guys. If they're both negative, it's going to for sure be a negative 5. But I'll still just put like, I know that it's going to be a negative 5, but I still need to check. So here's my parentheses. X and 2, 3x and 5. And I think it's a negative 5. So I do my check because I need to do signs. The check means what's the outside, what's the inside? Outside, inside. So I'm thinking that it's going to be a positive 6x and a negative 5x. Would make a 1. Remember, I'm supposed to make this b up here, this 1. 6 and negative 5 would make positive 1. And look, first outside, inside, last. First would be 3x squared. Outside, inside, I just did it, was plus 1x. Last, 5 times, or 2 times negative 5. Yeah, I got what I started with. I can check, always I can check. Did I get what I started with? When you FOIL it, do you get what you start with? Okay. I need multiply a times c, add to b. You can just, thank you. So I'm multiplying. What's a times c? 9 times negative 4. What's 9 times negative 4? Yeah, negative 36 though. What's b? A, B, C. Okay. This is just like foolish factoring. I need two numbers that multiply to make negative 36 and add up to 16. Multiply to make negative 36, add up to 16. So I sit and I play with numbers. What makes 36? Tell me all the things that make 36, you guys. 18 times 2. What else? 6 times 6. 9 times 4. 12 times 3. Okay. I want them to add up to 16 though. Does 18 and 2 add up to 16 if I add or subtract? 6 and 6? Oh, 18 and 2 does. Those are the numbers that I put in my box. 18R, 2R. But I want them to be a negative. Whoa. I want it to be a positive 16. Is that going to be 18 plus negative 2 or negative 18 plus 2? Which one of these is going to make a positive 16? 18 and negative 2. Good job. All right. The A, the first number just goes here, 9R squared. And the C, the negative 4, goes there. Okay. So, cover things up. Start doing it. 9R squared and 18R. What's the factor that's the same? An R for sure. Is there a number that's in common? 9. Okay. Great. Negative 2R and negative 4R. You guys, they're both negative. I have to factor out the negative right now. Okay, good. How about right here? The 9r squared and the 2r. Just r? R like a pirate? What about 18 and 4? Just 2. Yes, you're right. Okay. So it's kind of looking like I'm able to do the negatives and positives like during the problem. So this is a good step for us. R plus 2. Let's just check it to make sure. And then 9r minus 2. It would be 18r and negative 2r. Just want to make sure that that's going to get me a positive 16. 18r minus 2r. Is that going to get me the positive 16 that I need up there? Okay. So, last one. Do you guys want to try it by yourself? Okay. A, B, and C. Your A times C, the multiply. 4 times 3 is 12. And B adds up, and that's the middle number is 13. Good. Okay. If you want to work ahead, work ahead. The rest of you, you can just listen to me talk. I need two numbers that multiply to make 12 and add up to 13. Multiply to make 12 is like 12 times 1 and 6 times 2. So, what's that? 12 and 1. 12, positive 12 and positive 1. 12b, 1b. I'm not going to put a 1 in front of it. That's a waste of my time. Obviously, the a is the 4b squared. That goes there. And the 3 goes on the lower right. Okay. 4b squared and 12b. There is a common number. What is it? 4b. B and 3? Do they have anything in common? No, not at all. But that you can say that 1 goes into them, and you need to put 1. You can't leave it blank. No leaving it blank. Then I'll go over here and I'll do 4b squared and b. Just a b. 12b and 3. Just a 3. Okay. My two parentheses are b and 3. But this all seems positive. I don't have any negative signs anywhere. So since there's not a negative anywhere, you're just going to have positives everywhere. Positives in the problem, positives in the parentheses. Now this box thing, it's not always going to be most convenient for you, but I don't know if you're able to do it in your head yet. If you're not able to do this in your head yet, let's turn the page. Here's the practice. Then I might need to make a little box myself. I need two numbers that A, B, C. Multiply, that's A times C. A times negative 4. 3 times negative 4 is negative 12. Add to make B, which is negative 4. Multiplies to make negative 12 adds up to negative 4. What's the numbers? 6 and 2? Yeah, 6 and 2. So, quickly, I could just go boom, boom. 6n. Oh, wait. It's a negative 6. Negative 6 plus 2, right? Negative 6n, positive 2n. My 3n squared goes there. My negative 4 goes there. And here's what I'm doing. 3n squared and negative 6n. The number, the coefficient that's in common is what? 3. And the variable that's in common? N. 2n and negative 4. What's the number that's in common? 2. And then 3n squared and n.
Place your right hand over your heart.
Oh.
Ready, begin.
And then it's negative 2.
Allegiance to the flag of the United
All right, I'll
States
stop
of America,
stop recording. Hold
and
on.
to the republic for which it stands, one nation, under God, indivisible, with liberty and justice for all. Good morning, Troy High School. Today is Monday, November 15th. I'm Jessica Knowles.
All right.
Winning. And we're hosting
There's the answer, guys.
Troy is hosting its 4th